Easter, my mother would make us chocolate fudge nut eggs, which are divine. And I made a bunch of them last year for Easter and gave them out to my friends. And a lot of them said, these are so good, we'd really love for you to teach us how to make them. Well, circumstances got in the way. I never got a chance to have everybody over and teach them how to do it. So I thought this year I would go ahead and do a little video to show how to make chocolate fudge nut eggs so that you can make them at home. Okay, the things that you're gonna need if you're gonna be giving them away as gifts, little gift bags. I've got some Easter ones and little twisty ties to go with that. You also need different sized molds. I'm gonna take this over to the black so that you can see it. This one's, see, bigger than my hand. For really good friends. And then there's also a medium size, and you can see this one compared to my hand. It's a little bit smaller. This is Merckens chocolate. This is a 5-pound bag of Merckens chocolate. It is milk chocolate. I use Merckens, M-E-R-C-K-E-N-S, because it has a lot less wax in it and it tastes delicious. For the insides, I usually use Ghirardelli's semi-sweet because it's really, really good. You will also need a can of sweetened condensed milk. All right, this is the recipe for my mother's fudge for inside the Easter fudge nut eggs. It is 1 pound of chocolate melted. You stir in a teaspoon of vanilla. You add 1 can of Eagle brand milk, and you can add nuts. This is to make the fudge. Now, what I will often do for the 1 pound of chocolate, because I like a dark chocolate inside, that's where I'm going to use the Ghirardelli's instead of using the Merckens. Now, you can use the Merckens. There's my Ghirardelli's. There's my Merckens. You can use the Merckens for the inside if you want, but I just like the darker, so for that 1 pound of chocolate, I'll go with the darker chocolate. You can order Merckens online. Okay, people use different kinds of methods for melting chocolate. A double boiler, for example, putting water underneath it, put the chocolate on top and melting it is ideal for doing it. I do everything the simple, easy way. Microwave. So here is my 1 pound of Ghirardelli's semi-sweet chocolate that's going to be going inside the fudge. Just put it in the microwave, and you want to melt it slowly, right? So you're going to put it in for like 30 seconds, check on it, see if it's melting, stir a little bit. Put it in for 30 more seconds, check it, stir it a little bit. You don't want to burn your chocolate, so you want to do it slow, even if it's 15 seconds, and just keep stirring it until it is good and melted. Okay, I've just taken this out of the microwave. You can see it's starting to melt. See there at the bottom where we're just starting to get some melting? So we're just going to stir that around a little bit so we can get some of the melty bits on top. We're going to put it in again. See, it's starting to get some melted chunks in there. We're going to melt it a little bit more. Just keep doing this over and over again. You can see it's getting a lot more melty here. Look at that. Look, see how it's just, and you just slow and steady. I put it in, the second time I put it in for about 20 seconds. This time I put it in for about 15 seconds, and you just keep stirring it till it melts. Now it will get to a point where you will not even have to stick it into the microwave to melt it. The other melted chocolate will help melt the chunks that are left in there. Yes, the best part about this is you can lick up your mistakes when you're done. There you go. Look at that. That was another about 15 seconds, and it's perfectly good and creamy. I have poured the Eagle brand condensed milk in there. I'm just going to stir that in with the chocolate. It's going to give it a very different consistency, just so you know. See, it's starting to get real thick. Okay, while I'm doing this, I'm going to add in our teaspoon of vanilla. Give it a little bit more. There it goes. Get that in. And I've got some pecans that I'm going to use because I love pecans, however you say it. My mother uses walnuts. I prefer the pecans. So we're just going to stir this all up, get all that in there. Look at that. That's beautiful. Beautiful and delicious and so easy. All right, we're just adding some pecan pieces to this, which we're going to stir in. I could have gone with the bigger bowl, right? You can see already the fudge is starting to get more fudgy. We're going to get all those pecans in there. Those little guys falling out of the bowl. Get in there. Just smush them all in there. I usually try to put about a cup of nuts in there. And with this mixture, it's whatever is to taste. We're gonna test it out. Now I'm looking at my finger. Getting excited. That's really good. We're just opening up the chocolate here. We're gonna put it in a microwavable safe bowl, my Corel. Let's get that over here. So, see, I told you they're like little wafers, very tasty. I'm just gonna put a whole bunch of those in here, and we are going to put those in the microwave. I would not make chocolate fudge nut eggs when you're hungry, because you will eat a lot of it, so just FYI. So I'm taking this bowl right now, which is filled with a lot of the Merckens milk chocolate wafers. We're gonna nuke it for about 30 seconds or less. Keep an eye on it, stir it, and keep doing just like we did for the fudge, the chocolate ready for the fudge. It was in for about 20 seconds the first time, about 15 seconds the second time. You can see it melts a lot quicker than the Ghirardellis, or Ghirardellis, again, Ghirardellis, I don't even know how to say it. Okay. Look at that go. Look at that. It's beautiful. And I'm not even putting it back in the microwave, and it's melting the chunks that are still left in there and making those all nice and smooth too. We have reached maximum smoothivity, if that's a word. Maximum smoothivity right there. There's really not time to waste whenever the chocolate is melted like this, because it can get hard pretty quickly, although you can just nuke it back up again. What I'm gonna do is, there's our mold. I'm going to pour some chocolate into the bottom of the mold. And you want it to have a nice good base. We're gonna stop it right there. Set that over here. And normally you can just tilt it, let it cover that whole area. If you don't see that you have enough, you can put some more. Let me get my spoon. We'll use my spoon to help spread it out a little bit. And you're gonna get it to cover all the edges, get it all the way up around. You want a nice thick, this is the outer shell of the fudge, so you want a nice thick shell. So you look at that, kind of get that all up around, smooth that all up. It's, like I said, it's gonna harden pretty quickly. You can get it into the refrigerator to harden it even faster. I like a nice thick shell, so I'm gonna put a little bit more chocolate in mine. There. And when I got it the way I want it, I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator to get it to harden so that we can put the fudge in it. And it doesn't take very long at all for it to harden. I just took this one out of the refrigerator. You can see how hard it is right now. See? Hard chocolate, ready to get the fudge inside. Now we're gonna be scooping some of the fudge and putting it inside the shell. So I just need to get a spoon to do that. All right, we're gonna scoop it out. You can see it's already hardened some. So you just take some of this fudge, you're gonna dump it right there in the center. Fudge and pecans. Get a good chunk of that. All right. And you're gonna wanna spread that all out. Just squish it in there. You know that the chocolate is hard on the bottom, so it's not going to do anything to that. So you just kind of smush it in there. You don't want to have it too close to the top of the edges here, because that is where the chocolate bottom needs to go. Now you can see how that looks inside of the egg. Now we're going to take our melted chocolate and pour it on top of that. All right, we're getting that top chocolate on there. And you're gonna just smooshy, smooshy, smooshy all around. You might need to add more, but we're gonna start with this first. Spread it all around, because it's gonna go down into that chocolate too. I think we need a little bit more in this one. Pour that on there. Okay, I've just taken the big fudge nut egg out of the refrigerator. It's been in there for about, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. And it'll start to separate from the wall. You just need to push a little bit of pressure on it like that. Okay, you can see it coming loose from the outside of the mold. Just keep pushing. Da, da, da. There it is. There she is, all beautiful. You ready to give it a try? You need a sharp knife. There it is. Here's the other end. Hope you enjoy it. Hope it becomes an Easter tradition for you. Happy Easter.